What up, YouTube? Everybody tuning in and turning up. YouTube is uploading currently. As we come in, we over here on YouTube Live. So if you guys want to check that in, definitely peep it in. Is another episode of Let's Be Blunt, the podcast, the only international podcast where we smoking blunts and talk about blunt shit. The YouTube Live is now active, so you guys can comment in, leave your questions, comments, concerns in the booth below. If you guys are wanting to peep it with me, I'm rebooking starting in August. Hit that link tree, Let's Be Blunt 2020. Catch the last 5 years of me smoking blunts, talking blunt shit, and now Tony, my producer, doing the same thing. Shout out to my production team, Jester King Entertainment. Yo, what's up with y'all? If you guys want to peep in anything over there, hit up the Jester King Entertainment YouTube page. Let me pull up that real quick. Stop my music. There we go. Anybody tuning in and is currently watching, we have a really special guest on today. Before we get into that, yo, I'm gonna hit up my sponsor. Shout out to 420 Up and Smoke, our lovely bud sponsor for today. Catch her YouTube page at 420 Up and Smoke and her podcast, and also our favorite edible distributor. It's 420, baby. Yo, get your chamoins, get your chips, get your candies, all your taco and Mexican delights. Catch me in her catering, actually, June 26th, I'm pretty sure, at the Block Hustle event. So catch us there. But as we get into this, though, I'm going to give a big shout out to this man on the other end of the camera. Yo, shout out to Sour. He's over here doing his shit all over the fucking city, yo.
Shout out to you. You guys are doing your shit
Appreciate it,
all
yo.
over the city.
Man, we between us over here at Justin King and y'all on the Sour team and the Loud Money team, we've been busy ass people, G.
Supposed to be. You know what I'm saying? So like I like it. It's like motivation when I see other people on the squad doing stuff too. Makes me want to get back out there.
Big facts. Yo, give out, before we get too far into conversation, give out your social medias where people can reach you either for booking you as an artist or your other services.
So you guys could find me everywhere at strictly sour underscore official. Again, that's strictly sour underscore official. And I'm on YouTube, Facebook, TikTok, Instagram, all that stuff. If you want to email me for bookings and you don't want to go to the social media, it's strictly sour at Gmail. But I'm excited to be here with you. Thank you for having me on the show. I love watching your guys's episodes and all the stuff that you guys get into with all the people that you have on here. So I'm excited. Thank you.
Word, I appreciate it. I know for this episode, it isn't, we got 30 minutes. We're trying to get as much as we can in the 30 minutes. But I know people have already
Yeah,
asked me. I already know we're going to do a part two in person. So definitely peep into
that's
that when we
cool.
get that scheduled because I know that's going to be a dope ass time as well.
Nah, that's
But I
cool.
do want to get into this real quick because I know we are kind of short on time. I want to know your origin story because, like, you're one of those people that you look at and you can't tell where the fuck you're from, what nationality you are, what the fuck you're doing. Like, but you're the center of every fucking room. You make yourself known. So I need to know a little bit about you. How did you get to this point?
I come from a musical background in my family. Okay, so my grandparents were musicians. So my whole life, I watched them go from with bands in the garage and the living room and shit like that. So like that's just in me naturally. Okay.
Mm,
And then when I got to a certain age, I just started to create my own lane with people that had good motion, and I guess I'm just learning what I want out of the music industry, and like you know what I'm saying. So now that I know what I want, I'm chasing it.
mm, mm.
You know,
It,
you know.
it helps, especially in this city, having the proper connections. um
It
you
does.
working so
It does.
closely with the Loud Money team is a blessing. I want to know how you get started in your photography and videography life.
I always had a passion for photography and videography, but I never took it serious.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but once I seen that that was a way to give value to these artists and these venue owners and other people on the label, as
Mm-hmm.
opposed to just try to pump or push my music down their throats. You know what I mean? I figured,
Mm-hmm.
man, this is a way that I could at least do that and be some sort of, value to them if they're not listening to my music right away.
Yeah.
So that was
Mm-hmm.
like the strategic goal of it, but I do have a passion for it,
Mm-hmm. You
you
can
know?
tell by the way you work. You're just not there to get your name out there. You feel me? Regardless if you're getting on stage or not, you make it known that hey, I'm giving you the highest quality professionalism I can. You feel me? So I definitely
Yeah, I
appreciate that because every time you're at the scene, I always try to step my game up better because I know Sour's getting the best fucking photos. He's getting all the best
nah,
video. You feel me?
nah. Look, I tell people like, some people ask me, certain questions when I take photos and I tell them I'm like it's all feel for me. I didn't do media school, I didn't take real classes. I got people that I take some tips and tricks from. But man, it's like I put my eye through the lens and I could feel it or I don't feel it. You know what I mean?
hmm
And that's really just what I go off of.
hmm A lot of these people, a lot of photographers, a lot of, I would guess, say mass media forgets that, hey, when we're on a job, we're on a field, at the end of these days, these people are just normal ass motherfuckers. You feel me? I'm not
Oh,
going into this
of course.
fangirling. This is a fucking job. You feel me? Even when we got to
Yeah,
meet Afro Man, as dope as that fucking was, as cool as that is,
that
as
was
cool as a
cool.
dude he is, you feel me? I'm not going into this as a fangirl kind of moment. Because in my head, I'm just as important
No.
as these other fucking people. You feel me?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. We're just on a different level playing field. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, I agree with you. We are just as important. The people behind the camera, the people behind the scenes are just as important as the person that's on the stage. It's just a difference. You know what I mean? So I agree with
hmm
you.
hmm You're ever since I've met you and I've watched you perform and work, you're always putting on your people. Whether you're teaching them how to film something, or you're having them on actually stage with you, or you're having them do an interview with you. You feel me on your own time. It's rare to see someone of male descent and someone of that's doing the field that you're in be willing to not gatekeep. You feel me? I hate that word in
Yeah,
Chicago because it gets overplayed and overused. But
right.
I do want to give a big shout out to the people that are surrounding around you as well. When it comes to the team of Sour.
Thank you. Thank you. They
hmm
try. They try and they
Yeah,
excel at what they do and I'm a firm believer that there's plenty to go around and you know what I mean, more heads are better than one.
that.
And I also think like if I have a pool of 50 people that I can network and you have a pool of 50 people, then what are we doing by not working together?
hmm
And plus, that's where I figured out where my purpose is too. Like I do want to be an artist, but I think that I'm better at like managing and helping people strive their goal. I don't know. I just
Yeah.
it's a feeling I get. So I'm like, man, I'm gonna go what feels more natural to me, and it feels more natural to want to help someone and share something that I maybe can share with them. You know what I'm saying?
No, I definitely agree. As I'm sitting here working on my album, I think to myself,
Oh
and people are like,
shit.
they're like, you don't even like stages. I said, no, I don't. But at the end of the day, like, I want to put an album just to say that I could do it, even though I know it's not the field
Yeah,
I'm going to be forever in. You feel me? I
of course.
when I look at your music, you even though you're saying you could be a manager, I could easily see you as a manager and doing that thing. You don't have one of them abilities where anything you put your mind to, you're gonna excel in it, and that's a rare trait to have for certain people. When you think
Well, thank
about
you.
the progression of your businesses and where you want to see yourself in 5 years, do you still see yourself performing on stages?
Yeah, I do because that's still a big like therapy for me. Definitely is a good outlet for me. And I do think that I have stuff inside of me that people can really relate to. Some of
Mm,
my lyrics come from a place of like pain. So I always do want to perform. I just know that I'm gearing towards a different avenue as well inside of the music scene because it's just, what I'm saying, it's just kind of like sporadically or naturally happening, you know what I mean? So, but yeah,
mm,
I'm always going to perform, always.
mm. I want to get into a little bit of a deeper conversation. How do you manage fatherhood in entertainment?
So that's another reason why I want to manage because I'm good at balancing things out, and I have good people around me that when I feel like I'm slipping on one thing, I can pick up the slack. But with the kids though, it's good because my son is a little bit older, so he can really kind of take care of himself. My daughter is a little bit younger, so he picks up the slack when I'm out at events at night, because he's 16 and he can make sure that he takes care of her with some stuff like that. And then I make sure that when I'm home, that it's, mostly about them. When I'm not editing and doing things, I try to make sure that they get whatever little time and attention I do have left when I do come home. You know what I mean?
Hmm. I understand that for sure. I want to give a quick shout out to the international countries coming in. We got a
Oh.
quick shout out from Guadalajara, Mexico. I probably fucked that up, but Guadalajara, Mexico. So shout out to Mexico and everybody over there. We appreciate you. They had a question, or I guess it was more of a comment more than a question. When's the next time we'll see you in any acting roles?
So I want to keep pursuing my role with you guys.
Hmm.
I was supposed to be doing a film with the legendary KO Michael Myers, and he's
Oh
got
shit.
the book of Revelations. But we are just in the process of still filming and setting up practices. And then I've also been putting my resume out there to a couple of people that I've been meeting on the scene that also have other movies and like short films. So I'm hoping by the end of this year that production will be done on something and we could put something out. But if not, next year for sure. You know what I mean? For
Yeah.
sure.
Do you think it's fundamental for, I would say, musicians, entertainment people in general to be well rounded in multiple fields? I don't feel like it's, you can't just do music, you have to be in other things. Do you think that's correct for your knowledge as well?
Yeah, I think that music is the product, okay?
Okay.
So, in the sense of like, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. Music is like the soundtrack to your product, okay? So
Mm,
yeah, you can just do music, but I think it'd be more viable if you learn to do other things, whether it's inside of the music or outside of the music, because even the rappers that we grew up listening to, they take their money and they venture out into other areas. You know what
facts.
I'm saying? Whether it's like a financial advisor advising, hey, dump your money here or whatever. So I guess all I'm trying to say is that music can't be all of it. You know what I
Mm,
mean? There's got to be other things that you can be privy to, because God forbid, I'm saying, the music dries up or the culture changes or the trend changes. And
yeah.
if you weren't or if you were a one trick pony, then yeah, that's gonna be last year's trick.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
agree with you. I tell a lot of rappers I meet, especially rapper in that genre of fields. You feel me? I tell them, I said, y'all are not R&B motherfuckers. Y'all can't be sitting on stage singing until you're fucking 90. You feel me?
Right.
Rap takes a
Right.
lot more finesse. And I know a lot of music people are gonna get pissed at me, but it takes a lot more stage
Nah.
presence to do rap. You feel me? It's not an easy
Yep.
genre to be in. So when you talk about looking for proper management or looking for proper label deals, do you feel like it's better in this day of age to stay independent or push with a label?
So I think it really depends on what you as the artist has got going on in your environment. Meaning like, can you get yourself recorded? Can you get yourself, if you can do multiple things yourself and you have the budget to keep staying relevant and keep climbing the ladder, regardless of how slow it is, then yes, stay independent. But if you're the type of artist to where you have these couple of skill sets,
Yeah.
a small little team, but you really can't, that there's things that are holding you back that maybe a label can offer you, then I think your best bet is to do the research, gain the knowledge of what you really need as an artist. So when you go to that label meeting, because you've done the work, you can say, hey, no, this is what I need. This is what I can't accomplish. I don't know.
Mm.
That's what I would tell someone that was, about to do that, you know?
Yeah, no, I hear you. Let me pull up this song real quick. Let everybody know on YouTube real quick. I'm pretty sure y'all can hear this on YouTube. If you can hear it on your end, you can. Anybody tuning
Sure.
in on YouTube, I want you guys to peep in this song that Sour sent into me real quick. Listen to this song as we go into a quick sponsorship break. Yo, I want to give a big shout out to 420 Up in Smoke. We love you, Topanga, our avid bud sponsor for the last 4 years. So we appreciate all the bud coming
Hey.
out of Topanga's laboratory and growth. I also want to give a big shout out to it's 420, baby. It's always 420 somewhere. So definitely catch all
Always.
your infused and non-infused items through her. Use code Let's Be Blunt to get 30% off today. I also want to give a big shout out to Jester King
Hey.
Entertainment, our production team over here, and everything that production through Villains, 420 Up with Smoke, Raw Talk, which you guys can catch later on tonight, the wrestling show that be coming on here. I want to talk to you about this song a little bit. Um, what do you come up with your beats first and then your lyrics, or do you write first?
The beats is what make me come up with the lyrics. Okay,
Okay,
so like, I believe that all these lyrics are like in me subconsciously and unconsciously, whether they're
okay,
things that I've experienced or vicariously I seen it through someone else. So
mm-hmm.
the beat is what makes me come up with the melody of how I write the hook. It's what makes me, it just I start to flow and it pours out of me. You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? And I really don't go back to change things. Sometimes I only change things because I believe that there's like a mathematical equation to writing a hit song. I haven't figured it out completely yet. Okay,
I
so
feel that.
sometimes I'll change things to just make it more fluent or sound better. But no, it
Mm-hmm.
just it just pours out of me because of the beat.
Shit, that's a blessing, yo. Because I'm not gonna hold you. I have Jay Menace hit me up and was like, "Yo, let's do a song together." Cool. I was like, "Yeah, cool." The only issue is when I write, it's just me and my blunt and my pen and pad. You feel me? I hate
Yeah,
the whole ordeal of having every fucking homie in the booth with you or every studio motherfucker. I hate that
that
shit
is
too.
hard. That is
Yeah.
hard. If there was a bunch of people around me, I gotta like seclude myself or like headphone myself so I can like really, dive into whatever the
Yeah.
fuck I'm hearing.
I agree. I know
That's
you
dope.
you often perform on stage. I've seen you with Repo and one other dude. I can't remember his fucking name at the moment. But your stage presence with other people, the way I see you perform and the way I see others is different. You seem like you have genuine connection with your features. You seem like you don't put somebody on your song that you can't actually vibe with. You feel me? So I
Yeah, yeah,
appreciate
yeah.
that. It makes a difference in the music.
Cool. That's awesome that you said that. I appreciate that. Thank you.
Hmm.
That's
Hmm.
good. That's good. Yeah, so look, when I do my features, I don't do a lot of features, okay, which I'm gonna start doing more now because I want to network and I feel like it helps. But before I didn't do a lot of features because I just didn't know. I didn't want to wait for someone to write it. Like, what I'm saying? Like, I was just like, nah, I'm just gonna finish the song. But yeah, I do pick people that are close to me. Um, But I definitely want to venture out this year, man. Like I'm tired of just I what I've noticed is that sometimes when you get in the studio with someone, even though it may not be like necessarily your sound, man, you guys could really come up and collab with some really cool, dope stuff. And I've
Mm-hmm.
had that happen through experiences that were accidental. So that's
Mm-hmm.
why I'm like more open to it now.
Hmm. I feel that. Yeah, I agree. Like I said, once I get over my stage fright, it's up on the music industry because like
Yeah.
I want to get
See,
that pushing.
I'm
But
surprised you have stage fright because you don't seem like someone
gee,
that's
I hate crowds. I hate
bro,
crowds. Like
you'll be up there with the best of them. What you talking?
it's a whole front. Like I don't even like people like 6 feet near me on some real ass shit. Like when I first started Let's Be Blunt, it was only audio. Ain't nobody was
Yeah.
seeing me. Ain't no first 4 years was just audio until Tony's like, "Bitch, what are you doing? Like, you're not
Yeah, yeah,
ugly.
yeah.
Like, get in front of a camera." I'm like,
You gotta get
well,
right.
so now I'm, so now I'm here. Still rocking it a year
I
in,
love
and I
it.
love it. So I know once I get past the fright of it, I'm actually on stage being the BIG. I'm not trying no
Yeah,
more. I don't
yeah.
I don't have to portray me because it's a facade you're on stage. You feel me? Um,
I
but
get
no,
that.
it's definitely gonna peep in. I want to hear this last 10 minutes or so. I want you to give out your social medias again, but also
But
any albums coming out, any shows we can peep you out, anything you want to get off your chest, really.
okay, so okay, you guys can find me on social media. It's strictly sour underscore official. And as far as shows that I got coming out, we got stuff pretty much every weekend. Okay. And if you follow me on the socials, you'll always catch it on there. Um, the next big thing we got coming is the Fleet Conference in Atlanta, July 17th to the 21st. Then I'll be in Missouri on the 26th. And then we got the Hobart Theater August 23rd with Yin Yang Twins, them franchise
That's
boys,
gonna be dope.
Twista, and that's a loud money. You know what I'm saying? Presentation. So yeah, just follow me along, and I always post my dates. You'll always catch me. You know what I mean?
hmm I know recently you posted your tour date, so I'll make sure when we finish out the live, by the next day, you guys should see in the description all his social medias and places you can reach out and follow Sour. Um,
Yep.
I do you have any albums coming out soon? Any new songs in the works?
So I do have an album. I usually do like alternative hip hop. Okay, you know what I'm saying? Because I just grew up, in that kind of era. But I got like a strictly hip hop album coming out. It's called The Balance. Good
Uh-huh.
versus Evil. It's a small little EP, 6 songs. Three of them is like kind of good. Three of them is kind of evil. You know what I'm saying?
Mm,
Nothing too crazy, but straight like true hip hop deadhead. You know what I'm saying? Vibes. You know what I mean?
yeah,
So check
yeah.
that shit out. It'll be dropping
I
soon.
rock with it. I rock with it. And your social medias are the way to get a hold of you as far as any photography, videography work, correct?
Yeah, strictly sour underscore official. That's on all, that's pretty much all across the board. I try to make it uniform. Or if you guys want to email me, strictly sour mmg at gmail.com. And like I said, I come out for anything. You guys could book me for photography, videography. We do recap reels. We got a whole production crew. It don't have to be just me. We could do weddings, commercials. You know what I'm
Mm,
saying? So I'm not like a limited person, and I work well with others.
word, I definitely agree with that. I see one more country coming in wanting to say something. Yo, what's up to New Zealand? How have y'all been today?
Hey,
I haven't heard nothing
hey,
from New Zealand in a minute, so shout out to New Zealand. They're wanting to
let's
know, do you
go.
speak any other languages or is your music mostly English based?
No, I do. I speak Portuguese and I speak Spanish, and I've been working on introducing those into my music just to give it a little something different. So yeah, you guys are gonna hear some of that soon too.
Portuguese. That's stuff I heard that shit hard, low key. It's like aggressive
No,
Spanish.
it's similar to Spanish. It's similar, it's like Latin based. You know what I mean? So
Mm,
it's just it's like a darker sound than Spanish. Does that make sense?
yeah, y'all, cause Portuguese is what it's one of them languages that derived from Latin, wasn't it? And it just kind of, I feel like Spanish is the easier version, like Italian. Italian is off brand
Yup.
Spanish, low key.
Yep. Hey, look, and Italian has Latin in it too. You know what I'm saying? So that's why they kind of all sound similar, just like different sounds and emphasis on different parts of the word. You know what I mean?
Mhm, mhm. No, I
But yeah,
definitely
very
agree.
similar.
Thank you for everybody international wise that's tuning in. We got about 19 countries that peeped in, tuned in, checked in. So I appreciate
Thank
all the
you.
countries that have tuned in. I want to give a big shout out one more time to my sponsors, 420 Up in Smoke, and also it's 420 baby, 'cause it's always 420 somewhere. Yo, my link tree is Let's Be Blunt 2020 and catch the last 5 years of me smoking blunts, talking blunt shit, and now Tony TJ talking blunts or smoking blunts, talking blunt shit. Lord, I need a blunt. but
Y'all
but
funny. You're
yo,
funny.
I want to give a big shout out to the Jester King team and all the production stuff that they do. And we will be
Thank
seeing
you.
Sour for an in-person interview the second half, probably closer to the end of the year. Do a Let's Be Blunt recap episode with everybody. Shit, get
That'd be
everybody
cool.
together type
That'd be
shit, yo.
cool.
But
I'm
I
always
definitely want to
down.
give a big shout out to you. Thank you for coming on, G. I appreciate it so much.
Thank you for having me. I appreciate you. It's a wonderful show, and I'm happy to be on. So thank you so much.
Of course, no problem. And until next time, y'all, smoke a blunt, chill the fuck out. Peace out.
Peace. Bye.